With SMARTreview APR, an architect can automatically check a design against key provisions of the International Building Code as part of the regular process of modeling the design with the Building Information Modeler. APR is an add-in to Autodesk Revit and works with the cloud-based SMARTreview Building Code Rules Engine to identify relevant provisions of the building code and check whether the design is compliant. APR annotates the BIM with the results of the analysis, making it easy for the designer to find the non-compliant elements and change them to achieve compliance. APR can be used at very early stages and at the construction document stage, and can handle small buildings or very large buildings. This demonstration shows the schematic design of a municipal arts center. The first step is to register the project on the SMARTreview website and identify the BIM as that project. Next, the designer must declare various characteristics of the building, including occupancy classification and construction type. Basic elements of the building are identified from the BIM, but the designer may need to add information specific for the building code. The APR performs extensive calculations to find egress paths and common path of travel for each room in the building. The architect can inspect the results of these calculations to assure that the design is working as intended. Once the building code information is populated into the BIM, the designer can use APR to perform a model check to assure a complete representation with respect to the building code. With a checked model, the designer can then perform a building code plan review using the SMARTreview Building Code Rules Engine. Usually, the plan review is completed in seconds or minutes. Sections of the code that are non-compliant are identified in red. The results can be written back to the BIM to allow the designer to track down code violations and bring the design into compliance. Once the project is fully compliant, the architect can submit it to the authority having jurisdiction to apply for a building permit. Plans examiners can expect the exhaustive code audit to assure themselves of the accuracy and the completeness of the review and expedite release of a building permit. SMARTreview APR is available now. Although not all provisions of the code have been implemented in the rules engine yet, key provisions are implemented to support schematic design and design development stages. New rules are added to the cloud service and become immediately available to customers. SMARTreview APR is the 21st century way to design for the building code, assuring fast, accurate, consistent, and comprehensive plan review. When the architect is ready to apply for a permit, a detailed audit of the plan review can be generated in PDF format to assure the plan examiner and the authority having jurisdiction that the architect has considered all factors in design for code compliance. The Code Compliance Report collects the results with an identification of the project, including contact information for ease of conferrals. A summary section lists all of the code sections that have been checked and the status of passed or not passed. In the detailed part of the compliance report, each section is listed with each element that must be checked and the reasoning behind the determination of status. For example, the height of the building is compared to the allowable height determined by occupancy code and construction type. The egress path lengths are compared to the allowed length, and the width of doors is compared to the required width determined by tributary occupant load that must pass through the door. The public official can compare measurements from the building plans to the calculations from the software to gain confidence in the results. APR currently checks some of the code provisions that appear in all or most buildings. For a more complete plan review, conventional methods can be used to check the plans. A particular power of APR is that the architect can perform the plan review repeatedly throughout the design phase of the project. An automated review is completed in minutes, providing the architect with expert analysis and feedback that might normally require a long wait. SMARTreview APR can give expert analysis to architects, building owners, and contractors at the moment it is needed. Design for code compliance with APR is fast, complete, and accurate.